You're listening to Raising Anchor, a Rhode Island FC podcast. We're glad you're here. Hello and welcome to Raising Anchor, your podcast and source for all things Rhode Island FC. I'm your host, Matt Entrican, and I'm joined by not only Rhode Island's favorite co-host, Jason Carey, but with us today for a special episode are Ervin Vargas and Matthew Jean, who serve on the board of Defiance 1636, the club's official supporters group. Matthew, Ervin, welcome back to the pod. Or maybe just welcome to the pod for the first time. It's a little bit of a different thing here. How you guys doing?
Good? I'm good. I've been doing good. Yeah, I had to cross the massive bridge that we call a pain, but it was a good ride. Thankfully, it was a quick way in.
So you're not lying to us, and you just showed up late. You actually dealt with the traffic that we live with every day.
Yeah, we. I can see why you guys don't want to leave.
That's weird because Matthew showed up on time, like the professional he is. So maybe.
I mean, I was right down the street, so I can't complain about crossing a bridge.
I'm coming from Cranston, he's giving me. he's pulling my leg over here.
I'm just saying. Jason, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How's it going?
I mean, we're in the new studio formation. We're not showing things yet, but these guys get to all see it today. So this is kind of a fun treat. Having 4 people in here, that's been really exciting to get this thing off the ground. It's been a minute since we last talked. I actually checked the recordings August of last year. I can't believe officially we haven't had you guys on the podcast since then. And it was a 2-parter. It went so long that was one of those ones we actually had to split. It's the only 2-parter that we've done in the history of the podcast so far. I'm not even sure half of our fans that we've made since the team kicked off its first match have even gone back that far and listened. So this could be net new content for anyone listening and, thinking maybe they understand Defiance and what they do, but maybe they have no clue and they just think you guys are a bunch of crazies, which, may also be true as well.
A little bit of truth there, yeah.
So what's been going on since we last connected?
Yeah, so, I mean, a lot has gone. I mean, we have been very, very busy as we knew it was going to happen. We have surpassed 250 plus members, and quite honestly, I'm very much grateful and amazed of the response that we got as soon as the first game ended. Even before the first game, we had an influx of members coming in and out of the woodwork and trying to get their memberships, ordering the memberships at the parking lot, and then after the game, as soon as they saw La Banda 401, they saw what a true Barra Brava for Rhode Island truly means. They just came in droves, and ever since then we've just been growing.
And Matthew, you're new, right? So not only are you a recently announced board member to Defiance 1636, but your journey didn't start as far back as August of last year, correct?
Yes and no. So I've followed the team since it's been announced. I moved back up to Rhode Island about almost 2 years now, and kind of connected with the Defiance at the watch party for the U.S.-Germany game at the German-American Club, and Ervin persuaded me of joining the Discord, kind of jumped in there and followed along, and then just connected with them and just trying to help out as best as I can. And since then, saw the March of the Crazies and just wanted to be as much part of it as I can. So,
yeah.
And you do something special independent, or is it a part of Defiance now with your game day vlogs?
So it's kind of independent, kind of with the Defiance. So I threw it out to the group first and just wanted to make sure it's okay and make sure no one wanted to take part of it or help out. Kind of record away and home matches, everything from our march-in, tailgate, parts of the match, our reaction of goals, and just put it out there, try to make it anywhere from 2 minutes if nothing's happening for a game, all the way up to like 10, 15 minutes, just so people can see what the Defiance is, see what we do, and also learn a little bit about different members of the Defiance and try to help grow the group that way too.
And how long have you been an official board member now?
2 weeks. Saturday would be 2 weeks, so
big pressure, big shoes to fill there.
Hey, I'm here to fill any spot I need to.
For new fans and the uninitiated, for those maybe who didn't hear the first pod, can you guys give listeners an understanding of who you are and what you guys do in your group?
So, I mean, we are known as Defiance 1636. We go by many names: the 36ers, La Barra Brava, La Barra Bahia, many names. the main up the tide, you know. You love that hashtag, right, Matt?
No comment.
No comment. Yeah, but we're the again, in the end of the day, we're the crazies, as they like to call us, behind the goal, making the most noise. And we're just basically the official supporter group. Thankfully, the team has now acknowledged us as the official supporter group, and we're very honored and grateful to be that main focal point of being the main supporter group in Rhode Island. And very much a big part of what we're trying to do is to bring the community together into one area, and just to love soccer and put soccer first and support our boys.
Was becoming official important for the group? Is that an important thing?
Not necessarily. I think it definitely grew our numbers a good smidge for sure when we got on the website. And we were just happy to be acknowledged by the team. I think that's the big part. Even if we weren't official, the team was already like very much in talks with us. They were having meetings with the team. The fact that we can go to the front office, and they pretty much all got up and like, you know, greeted us like if we were VIPs. But like, you know, very grateful for the opportunity to say, hey, look, these are the official guys. If you do want to join us, now you know where to go, and not just, you know, flyers at a bodega.
You know, you said that, you know, overall the group's been growing, which is fantastic. I didn't check your most recent numbers. Do you guys know off the top of your head what your following numbers and your membership numbers are?
The last time I checked, it was like at 273,
wow.
something like this. Or
I remember when there was only like 13 of you. Yeah. That's incredible.
I think we hit like 310 on Discord today.
Yeah, 300. So like, yeah, there's unofficial, official members in the Discord. We hit 300 plus, and that's a big milestone for a team that has only played 10 games, and a community that it just keeps going, because now you know that the community is big, because we're even getting boosts in the Discord, which is, you know, a paid membership where they get to just help the Discord look nicer. So right.
And on top of that, you know, people that go into the Discord usually are not just casuals, right? Those are people that are hungry for more. That's usually your Facebook, which I think the Facebook unofficial fan page is like 500.
Yeah.
The Reddit is 500 people. Yeah. So the fact that you're already converting almost 75% of that group into diehards, and it's, again, less than 10 home games. I know we're on game 10 now, but that's just incredible. You know, just so that the uninitiated can understand if they have questions about it. I know that you guys announced at the beginning of the season, you announced your kind of classes and your packages around what different levels of membership gets you and what that unlock is. Are you guys still offering those, or have those kind of sold out and closed down for the season?
No. So funny enough, we actually did sell out of the Mariner packages like for the first run. So we had to like.
Well, can you walk us through which packages? Which I don't even remember myself what Mariner is.
So there's two packages that members can pick. There's the recruit package, which is the light blue one that you'll see on the website, and that gets you the membership card, stickers, and an official pin. The membership card is the important thing to grab, because it gets you discounts at local businesses that we've worked with around the community, which is something that we're very proud of, that we can not only bring people to stores and restaurants and food trucks that they might not have noticed, but also, you know, get a little discount to get a little taste about it. And then that's the beginning. The other package is the Mariner one, which is what comes with the official Defiance 1636 scarf, which is the only way you can get the scarf, and that it comes with even more stickers, the same pin, and the same membership card. And that one actually flew off the shelves, and we only had 200 on hand. We had to order another 200 scarf. We're almost sold out of it again.
And how much does that one cost?
That one's $30.
So I mean, that's the price of just buying a scarf, anyways. And it's a great scarf. It's up there on the wall there. Yeah. Love that scarf. You guys did a really good job with it. So, of the two classes, do you count each separately as like a way of how do we get the non-Mariner class, or is it a majority of Mariner followers that are in the Discord
funny enough,
or the club?
Yeah. So funny enough, the Mariner is like, we have 96% of people that are Defiance members are Mariner class.
Wow.
The recruits ended up even upgrading. It's like, hey, can I just get the scarf? And I'll give you the $20 for it, and they just converted themselves into Mariners.
So any recruits listening right now realize they're in a minority, and they need to get it taken care of there.
So what have been some of the biggest challenges and biggest victories you guys had as a group?
Yeah, so one of the biggest victories is getting named official supporter group. I mean, just coming from the outside into the board over the last couple of weeks, seeing how the group has grown, not just by the team announcing it as the official group, but if you walk through that tailgate, there's Defiance everywhere. I mean, you can't walk past Defiance without wanting to stop and see what's going on. The band are playing, even members just grabbing the drumsticks playing. That's one of the biggest goals and one of the biggest accomplishments. I mean, one of the challenges is just keep getting the word out. I think the group is growing. The group is growing at a good pace, but I mean, there's still some spots in Section 13 that we can throw some more people in, so let's fill that thing up.
Do you look at it as a Rhode Island FC problem or something specific to Defiance? Because obviously there's been fans that have seen you now, right? They know something of what you do in the day-to-day when you show up. So is it more like the club needs to bring in more people, like maybe fresh perspectives, or are you guys trying to convert those like loyal fans that sit in Section 7 or somewhere else?
It's a mixture of both. I think the weather is what we need. I mean, the more people that get out and get to see what's going on, I know people just want to join the march as it's going by, and just having more people in the stands. And I think the weather is the big deterrent for that. As it gets warmer, we'll have more people there and more people will want to join because, as Ervin was saying, people join the recruit class and quickly want to join at the Mariner class. Just getting part of the group, I think, is what people are going to get jealous of, seeing what's going on, and will quickly grow that way too.
We're growing at a fast pace, and we just want to make sure that our numbers are converted to our section. You know, that's what we really want to let people know. I've already seen the Discord that many people didn't know what we were going to do, and they were sitting far away from us. And after seeing multiple games and showing the passion of what a true Bara here in Rhode Island can do, they all switch their seats to Section 13. Or if they can't get Section 13, they're either in 12 or 14 where they're next to us, and there's an empty spot. They're going right in it.
It was really fun after the first game to watch the people that went there because it was probably the cheapest ticket in house, and was like, oh no, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't survive a season in this. And then there were the others on the outliers on the periphery who were like, oh my gosh, I need to get in that party. So it's always fun to kind of see how that goes. I guess, you know, speaking not about the challenges or the victories specifically, but what have been some of your favorite moments as a supporter group on the year so far?
So I would say mine and what made me want to be a bigger part of the group. So I went through a family tragedy just before the final preseason game, the PC game, and didn't think I wanted to go to the game. So my father passed away. He was a season ticket holder with me. And the minute I walked over, I met Ervin and Joe. And I don't even think Ervin remembers this, but he gave me a hug. And then I met Hio, the head of La Banda, and he grabbed me. He's like, well, let's go. And no one knew what was going on with me at the time. And that right there made me just want to be part of this group and make me want to push the numbers as high as we can. I mean, I want half the stadium next year to be Defiance members.
I don't see why not, right?
Ambitious,
That's an incredible story. He's calling you out that you didn't remember. Did you remember that?
He had to remind me. He's like, hey, I was the guy that you kind of introduced in the German American Club. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And it's not like, you know, his fault. I honestly blame myself for that. There's a lot of people that I talk to try to convince, and that's just what happens when you have 300 plus guys that are like so infatuated with the club and they want to meet the main guy. And thankfully, I'm very grateful to have him a part of the board. And he's done, for the 2 weeks that he's been here, he's doing a great job, and people are excited about the vlogs, and I'm happy to be able to have him here working with us.
Did you catch that he just called himself the main guy, Mr. Big Stuff over here, Mr. El Presidente? I will say you do reach out to. You must talk to 300 new people every time you're at a game. So you are very, very much outspoken and a cheerleader, and I say that in a positive way for both Defiance and the group itself. So that's fantastic. How about you? What's been your favorite moment?
Oh man, my favorite moment's been just going to the games in general. I think
Come on,
no,
give us
I'm
something
serious.
specific.
All right, so I mean, I guess if you want to be specific, my favorite moment so far has been the amount of people that were at the rain game against the Charleston Battery. Like, that was a downpour, and if you guys saw videos of it, the smokes were muggy, they were lingering. The Charleston fans were like, holy crap, that was pretty cool. Like, we had the young bucks of Rhode Island that were like here bouncing up and down, and it was just it just gave me a lot of hope that, you know, when I'm through with Defiance, if I ever just say, hey, I'm stepping away, I know that the younger generation will take good care of it and be even louder and crazier.
Speaking of the match day experience, can you kind of walk us through the tailgate and the march into the stadium?
Yeah. So every game, once the doors are open, I think majority of us get there fairly early. Like I think we get there like half an hour early before the parking lot opens. We set up the banners, we take out everything, and we get the stadium prepped. But once the doors open and people start to pull in, we have food provided by all the members. And I mean, like, these guys and gals chip in on food. And anytime we do any like cookouts, Chris has been amazing when it comes to making food on the grill. He just recently had chili dogs. We had bria the last time as well. I was able to gather up enough money from the donations alone to get big roadie pizzas, which are like these 28-inch pizzas. And just because it was a normal Friday, thought, why not? Let's just like get some pizzas. And people still donated money. So people are very excited about tailgating. People are coming around, meeting new members, and that's the best thing ever. I think people are like, I know who you are. You're on the Discord. And like, oh, I know who you are. You're on the Discord. And they finally get to meet. That's the best feeling ever, because like that's a new friendship in the lot that gets created. And that's just how tailgate goes. The march in, we get prepared half an hour before the game actually starts. We get everybody gathered up in the parking lot. We hand out these mini flags that we were able to make. The big banner flags, the battle flags are getting waved around by La Banda. La Banda is right in the front, and they lead the charge. And
unpack La Banda, because I don't think a lot of our fans,
Right.
our listeners, understand what that exactly
so
is within the group.
La Banda 401, which translates to the band 401, is the main guys you see, the 8 to 10 dudes that are playing the drum. And I mean the beautiful Central South American cumbia, which is the bombo, repique, zurdo. And now, hopefully, once he reads his tabs, we got a trumpet guy finally. And they're the ones that lead the charge, leading up to our section under section 13. And then we just climb up to our section, and they're still playing. Beginning of the game, mid-game, after the game, they're there playing, and they're there playing nonstop. They love it.
I don't think I could play a drum for 90 minutes, or even with a 15-minute break. I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I
It's
tried,
insane.
and it's not. It's I don't know how they do it. It's tiresome.
It's insane. And like, they probably have a few pre-game road sodas, as I like to call it, too.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
that doesn't
definitely.
help in the physical exertion that happens on
yeah.
one of those things. Have you tried to drum for more than 5 minutes? Because I don't think I have that in me.
So the last home game I picked up and tried to do it for like 2 minutes, and I'm like, I have no rhythm at all. And I handed them off to somebody else. I'm like, represent us a lot better than what I could right now.
Fair enough. So, outside of the march and the experience, as a supporters group, you guys are the most passionate fans. How have you viewed the performance of this team and the FO after the first 10 games or so this season? What have been your thoughts and your feelings?
I mean, I can definitely say that the performance has been, it could definitely be better. I'm not going to, throw shade at anybody in particular. I'm not going to throw shade at anybody, any formation style or coaching or whatever. That's not what we do. That's not what we're here to do.
Yeah, leave it to the professionals. Jason and I can handle
exactly.
that. Yeah.
I'll leave it to you guys to do that, and an angry mob will show up somewhere. But we'll definitely show our passion. We'll definitely show our distaste. If things don't go well, we'll definitely want to talk to the guys. That's what I'm very grateful being a part of this group, is that we can all come together and talk to them, because they do. At the end of the game, we do give them a man of the match paddle, which is a nice little tradition that Chris has started and has really just transformed the way they play here.
Can we talk about how no player has gotten it twice yet? Like, I don't know if the way that voting system works is if like people feel like, oh, well, my son needs to be the next student of the month. But also, I think just by performance, every player has kind of had a breakout game each of those home games. It's going to be really weird when, like, I don't know, Gabby Alves wins 2 in a row before, I don't know, insert Frank Nadarce. I don't know how that will work necessarily, but that'll be weird.
Yeah.
Matthew, how do you feel? Does that line up with what Ervin's saying, or are you in a completely different world and what he sees versus what you see?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I got the nickname Positive Matt the other day.
So glad it was you, not me.
I look at it as we got our first win a lot sooner than other expansion teams have. We were on a pace for a point a game up until last week. But they're an expansion team. What were we expecting? I mean, we're fighting for a playoff spot. We could be fighting for a home playoff spot hopefully soon. And I think some people's expectations got run away a little bit. But I think for me, the team is playing pretty well. I mean, yes, there's some games that I think have slipped away. and there's some games that we didn't have any business being in as well. But for me, I think all in all, the team is on the right track. We just got to give them a little bit more time. I know you guys keep saying 10 games. I'm saying maybe until we get to Tidewater.
Just keep kicking that can down the road. I love that's positive Matt for you right
yeah,
there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But for me, I think the team is doing well. It's just now that more people are going to be hopefully coming out to the stadium with the warmer weather, I think the guys will see that, they'll feel the passion coming from us behind the goal, and hopefully we get a couple more in the goal and start moving up that table.
So outside of the team, you both commented on the performance of our starting 11 or our subs, but what about the FO? You guys felt the same thing? Has your partnership been there for the most part, or has it been really good? Like, how's that been working for you?
So, I mean, for me, the FOs have done well so far. We definitely in the community, we have a lot of suggestions that we want to throw at them, and I know that we have a great FO that they'll listen, and that's what I love about what they've done so far, is that they're willing to listen to us. Since the beginning, they've trusted us with a lot of things. They've given us a lot of trust in, to be honest, some more trust than they would ever give another supporter group, to be honest. So I'm very grateful that they put a lot of faith in us to show them, and we haven't really given them a reason not to trust us. So we're definitely gonna pile up a lot of information with a lot of trusted members in our group, a lot of trusted people in our family for sure, and hopefully they listen to a lot of our comments. But so far they've been doing great. I just want them to keep going, keep fighting, and just fill up those stands.
You had spoke about earlier trying to maybe convert some of the normal or casual fans. Outside of that, does Defiance have any type of maybe goals that they would like to accomplish with the rest of the match going fans?
Yeah, I mean, we want to show people that that we're not just a supporter group. We are a nonprofit, and we want to help our community. We want to do charity events. We want to do local events, rather they're small or big. We want to make sure that people know that Defiance is not only just the crazies and behind the goal, but they're also friends and family in the community. And we hope that they know that if they ever need anything soccer related and they want our help for it, that we're there for them.
What if it's just like moving related? Like
I'll call them.
I need a truck. I went to Home Depot and
I might have some guys. I don't know.
Okay, but in all seriousness, you're alluding to some of the things outside of the game day experience. Can you list or kind of hint at what maybe some of those plans might be without tipping your hand?
I mean, I think a few people have kind of seen what we've done. We actually did work with a charity. We did give 401 or 401 Give. I forget how it is, but we work with another nonprofit called Mundialista, which does the futsal matches at the Central Falls mini pitches, and we raised money. I think we raised about $2,500 with their group and our group combined, and that was going towards scholarships for kids, and that also helps them make sure that if they want to do a sports scholarship, that money goes towards them. And she's a wonderful person, and I'm very happy to work with her. I'm hoping to work with her even more.
Is there any new perspective that you bring that maybe you hope to tie what you'd like to see from casual or normal fans?
Yeah, I think starting from the outside of kind of the board, just kind of joining the group when I did, just being able to communicate with each other. I think one of the things, the way to grow this group is that we're growing internally by using the people inside and getting the word out. And I think we have a really core group of fans that does that already. Me personally, anytime I see someone talking about soccer or talking about RIFC, I don't care if it's positive or negative, I'm throwing the Defiance out there. I'm saying, why don't you come by our tailgate, come talk with us, come see what we do. Even if you sit in section 1, you're going to see what we do. You're going to hear us. Even if you're just watching the game on TV, you're going to see the passion come through. I mean, I was told one game when we were losing, you couldn't tell that we were losing against Phoenix because that's the noise we were creating. It made it seem like we were up 3-1 when we were down 3-1, and just keeping that going, keeping our ears open to what members are saying, and keeping our ears open to what other people are saying. Maybe they're not joining the Defiance for a certain reason. Well, what's that reason? Why are you holding back coming in, hanging out with us, and just keeping an open mind to what other people are saying?
So when you guys are not at match days, where can people find you?
So you guys can definitely find us through away days. We're at the Guild in Pawtucket for all away days. The only one that we won't be there is for the Hartford game.
Why? I wonder where you'll be.
Oh, I wonder why. we'll get into that one. But yeah, we're always going to be there, making sure that if anybody got a membership that chose the pickup option, we'll have your membership there. And of course, have a beer with us and just enjoy the game with us and enjoy with fans, because I think that the Magic Day experience at home, we provide it the same way at away games for sure, with all the cheering, all the jeering, all the crap talking on the screen for sure, all the screaming, yelling. But it's just fun, and we made it very accessible. Lots of parking at the Guild, and of course, if you're coming out of town, where you're using the train station's literally across the street. So, very very happy of where we are there.
I love that you put the effort of putting all the banners out too. It makes it very feel like you kind of co-opt the space into a nice spot. I've seen a lot of casual people going into the Guild going, well, I'll just kind of see what this is all about. So that's really exciting. But you said it, not me. So let's get through this. Talk us through what's the away day trip plan for Hartford? What do listeners who have been maybe on the fence or have been debating whether or not to go to this game? What's going on? What is Defiance doing? What is Rhode Island FC doing? Walk us through it.
All right, well, I'll give you a small taste, and I'll let Matt do another as well. But my take on this is that we're going to bring a lot of noise, regardless if we're not going to be allowed to bring our drums or noisemakers or nothing. They approved us for banners. They approved us for flags. We're going to go in there, and we're going to make it our home, because it's not a game for us for this one. It's a war.
Why do you think that they're not letting you bring... Like, I would feel like for the league... This is the most important thing to hype up, is this tension. Like, dial it to an 11. Why do you think they're not letting you do that?
Well, I mean, I have choice words for this, but I'm gonna keep it PG. It's because they're scared. They know that we are, at least in the New England area, we are the most devoted fans with passionate people in our behind our corner, and they know that regardless of home or away, if we're in force, it's gonna be it's our turf, and we go in there not thinking about it as another away game. It's like I said, it's war.
And I'm gonna have one of those buses rocking. I mean, if you're on the bus that I am on, you are not going to be sitting down. You should not have a voice before you get to the game.
So how does that work, Matt? Is it something where is there a Defiance bus? Like, is there the crazy bus? Are you guys like co-mingling and like spreading the Defiance across all the different buses so that everyone can kind of get it? Like, how does this work? I've heard there's going to be drinking on the bus. I've heard there's going to be drinking at the official party that's sponsored by the club. Like, talk me through the level of chaos that's going to happen.
Yeah, so the team is offering bus rides for fans. They can get a ticket on the bus. That also gets you a match day ticket. And the experience you're talking about, the team will be hosting a tailgate in Hartford. So what we're trying to do is get as many people as we can. Hopefully we can spread the Defiance out across a couple of the buses, because we want that passion going throughout the whole trip. So from the minute we leave at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, I think it is, we're leaving from the Parker ride in Providence, we're going to be having those buses shake going down Route 6. I'm not kidding.
There's going to be people so drunk that they don't even make it into the game. That tailgating college experience where they pass out in the parking lot and like, woo!
If I hear
have to weekend at Bernie's them,
I think it's good that we're going to have some drunk hooligans at least with us.
If I hear an RFC supporter have a voice after that game, I mean, I'm just going to turn my back on them, because everyone should be screaming their heads off. I mean, I don't know what the record is for most goals scored in one game. But I'm sorry, Hartford, whoever your goalie is that game.
I think it was Hartford last week when Louisville dumped 7 on them, where 1 went offsides and the other 6 counted. So that might be the record right now. We're gonna beat that.
Listen, I'm not making a prediction, but their goalie is going to be turning backwards a lot. That's what all I'm feeling. And whoever our starting goalie is, get comfortable. You can just kind of lay out on the line, because I know the guys are already pumped up for it. As the supporter group, we're pumped for this, and we're going to make sure that it's felt throughout that stadium. And for me, I think they banned us from making noise and bringing drums and everything because their fans don't make noise.
Ooh, shots
Am I going to show?
fired.
It's a shot across the bow. I'm the new guy of a to-do list.
I can't imagine. I feel bad in a good way for the bus that has Nate on it, just screaming RIFC for the 90 minutes down before the 90 minutes game. Oh, Nate's a legend.
Nate's awesome.
Nate's a legend.
He just figured out how to use Discord, so he's in the Discord now.
So okay, so and I just want to clear this up too, even though it'll be pretty close to game day, and I don't even know by the time this episode releases if this information will be relevant. But just in case, if you've already bought a ticket for Hartford and you want to participate in the bus ride or in the tailgate experience, you don't have to buy the package. Like that was new
Correct.
news that was dropped earlier this week. So that's something that needs to just be taken account for, where if you still want to go, and don't feel like if you didn't buy that ticket, like, oh, I'm excluded from it. They're going to have a separation too to like distinguish if
Correct.
you get access to the alcohol and the food.
Yeah, correct.
So like for fans that are coming but are separate, don't feel like you can't come to the Defiance party on the day. Like that's going to be a huge thing. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to see what you guys do. Is there any surprises that you can tease us with, or do you got to keep it all? Is in supporter culture, you got to keep it hush hush, right? Like you got to catch them with unaware, right?
Unaware, yeah. So we definitely have something planned. Whether they know it or not, they'll definitely know.
I love it.
On the time, they'll know, and we're definitely gonna make a lot of people angry. They're not gonna be happy about us being there, especially the families that we're sitting next to.
I think that's a great place to take these things to the next level. This game for Hartford will be coming out, or it'll be coming up the week that this episode drops. So I can't wait to be out there with you guys. I wanted to touch Tidewater, but we'll leave that for the transformation and what you guys are going to do on the next time you join us. So in that instance, how can fans join the Defiance 36? What are some things they need to know? How can they find you? How can they connect with you? What are those details?
Yeah, the easiest way to find us is by going to ridefiance1636.org, which is our official website where all of our merchandise is, all of our memberships are, and of course all the links to all of our social media, including the Discord, which is where all of the hooligans hang out. If you're a diehard, that's where you should be. And we, applaud anybody who comes through because we want to hear your opinions. We want to know what ideas you have, and we welcome everybody.
If you want to enjoy the match day vlogs we're putting out, I do release it on the Defiance Discord page, but it's also under Amber and Blue Crew 2024 on Instagram and on YouTube. And we just got a social media manager, as they like to be called, for the Instagram. So if you miss anything in the vlog, it should be on there. And going forward, hopefully I got some surprises to throw in there for you guys. So.
Okay. All right. Love to hear it. Up the tide? Is that how
Up
you
the
say
tide,
that? Up the tide.
Up the
yeah.
tide.
I'll say it one time.
Up
Ahead
the
of the
tide,
Hartford Derby. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do we have a name for the Derby?
There's no name yet. We're gonna make it natural. Funny enough, I'm speaking with the president, so we're going back and forth. So if it comes, if we make something up, then it happens.
Maybe
but
based upon the events.
yeah,
of
it's
this-
based
this
on the
match,
events.
maybe
We
we'll
have
see
two
how it
games.
goes.
I will say
the
this:
2024 Dylan Massacre. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. Well, I mean, all I could say is, if you can't make it to the game in June 1st, definitely be there for August because we need all hands on deck. Just like because we have if you thought what we're doing at Hartford is gonna be crazy, what we have in store for here in Rhode Island, it's gonna shock waves around
Spoilers.
USL. Shock waves around USL.
You can find us on Twitter, Threads, and TikTok at RAFC Podcast, Instagram at Raising Anchor, and you can email us at raisinganchorpodcast@gmail.com, as well as our website, raisinganchorpodcast.com.
Irvin, Matt, thanks for joining us. It was a blast. Look forward to connecting with you guys soon.
Thank you.
Up the tide.
Up the top.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, up the tide.
Anchors up.